Hi, guys. I'm just going to come on here tonight just to send an encouraging word out to anybody who just feel like they just want to give up, who just feels like for years nothing has worked, nothing's going to change for them. Let me tell you something. If you feel like things are never going to change for you, they won't. They won't, because that's what you're bringing in. And I'm not really one of them people who will say you got to speak it into existence. A little bit. But you got some fanatics who will pretty much say that that's what you have to do. I'm not one of them people. I would say that I'm a person who goes through things and hurt from those things, but at the same time, it's just something in me that I just won't give up. And you have to have it in you not to give up. I'm going to tell you something. I went through. And I just finished looking at one of a channel that I'm subscribed to, standing at the crossroads, staring at the cosmos. And she's just at her wit's end. And I don't know, this is bothering me. It's bothering me because I know all of the hell that I went through. And I was just thinking back. And guys, I don't know how I made it sometime. I don't know. It has to be in you. I don't know. I can remember one year, out of the whole year, I worked 7 days for somebody else. That's 7 days on somebody else's job. And the rest of it was me struggling to do balloons. And I made it. When I look back, I don't know how I made it. I don't know. I had a crazy idiot in my life, and I had to ask this man for 7 years, did he have his half of the rent money? He put me through so much craziness. But somehow or another, I always managed to have my half of the rent money and bills and stuff. He didn't even want electric and gas. He wasn't half paying those things. And then when I moved out and the gas had to be put in his name, and he had an old gas bill due with Leclerc Gas in St. Louis, and he thought that when they put it in his name and they sent that big bill, because St. Louis Leclerc Gas, they're going to get their money. He tried to tell me I was supposed to pay half of that bill. And I told him, no, sir. I wasn't with you when you created that bill. And you done had your tail in here not want to have pay the bill when it was in my name. But then when it get in your name, you think I'm going to be an idiot and pay half of a bill that I wasn't nowhere in the state of Missouri. And that was just one thing. When I lived in Texas and I was going through hell, let me tell you something. I lived in Dallas, Texas for 11 years. And out of 11 years, I had my own place twice for a year, for one full year. And one of those times was under a program for battered women. And I worked for the federal government from time to time. I had a balloon business. And at one point, was teaching balloon decorating and doing my balloon business. And I was catching hell. When I went back to work the last time, I was working on my credit so I could start building business credit, because I knew when I stopped working, I wanted to do my balloon business, and I also wanted to teach balloon decorating. I had a plan. But that demonic demon that had that witchcraft on me was doing everything possible to stop me. And even with all of that, I'm still here. I'm still here. I have a beautiful 2-bedroom apartment. I stay in a building that I really don't lack for anything. This month, I didn't know how I was going to feed myself. And only thing I could say, it was God. Because at the beginning of this month, we got 2 food drops in one day. And we've had about 4 food drops this month in this building. I've had one neighbor that I have helped because she had major surgery, who has bought me dinner 2 or 3 times this month. As a matter of fact, I was with her and her son family this evening. And they took me out to dinner unexpectedly. I tell you, I think about how things have changed and how God has just given me the peace that I seek for so many years. I did without my own place for 6 years, guys. For 6 long years. My furniture was in the storage unit. When I moved out of that, the one place that I say was up under a program, my furniture was in that storage unit for 6 years. The money that I paid on that storage bin, I could have bought a brand new car. I tell myself sometimes it was crazy for me to try to hold on to the belongings that I had. I managed somehow. In 2019, I almost lost everything. and a friend. Him and his wife paid basically 4 months for my storage bin. I didn't know that just by opening my mouth and asking the last person that I just didn't think would do it, they did it. You know, sometimes we have to open our mouths. I lived in my office that I was doing the balloons out of for about 8 months until I could no longer pay for that office space. I live with these young folks that I call myself helping. And they pretty much use me. But I can't be upset and mad about that because it's my heart. They were struggling. I was working for the federal government when I moved in with them. We wanted for nothing when I was working. Even when I got laid off and their car went down and they were using my vehicle, people will use you. They'll use you and you'll move on and they'll just keep on going on as if they haven't done anything while you're sitting back trying to figure out what you're going to do. And that's what happened. But you know, I've learned not to focus on folks and what they've done and them seeming like they're okay. I don't focus on it anymore because you reap what you sow. And I don't want anyone to go through certain things, but it's life. When I was going through my stuff, I used to always ask myself, what have I done to someone that I'm going through all of this? And I know me. I've done too much good to have been going through the hell that I was going through. And mine was because of witchcraft. And you see, I'm okay. I'm okay now. God turned everything around. When I was staying with them young folks, we had rats. Rats. And I'm talking about big rats. Get up and go in the kitchen. You cut the light on, you have to stand there while they would run and hide. I made it, guys. I made it. There is so much I want to say on this video. But the one thing that I will say is that I made it. I'm still here. I have peace of mind, regardless of all the witchcraft that was over my life for years. God turned that thing around. I have slept outside like outside in the elements without being in a vehicle or anything. Twice during that time. Once in the summertime in Atlanta and once on Christmas Eve 2019 in Irving, Texas. Anything could have happened to me. Both times, anything. A pack of dogs could have came up and mauled me to death. Some man could have came up and grabbed me and took me off somewhere and raped me. Men in a car could have pulled me in the car, took me off somewhere and raped me or killed me. My Father protected me. He protected me during those hard, tough times. He protected me. And I thank Him for it. Because anything could have happened. Anything could have happened. And I won't go into detail tonight, but when He came to me and told me what to do in a dream, and I did it, and I thought I was, guys, I thought I was crazy because I was in the mental ward in one of the hospitals in Dallas, Texas. And when I started doing what He told me to do, it's unbelievable. It's I won't even go into that tonight. I will just tell you that if you hold on to God's hand, no matter what's going on in your life, and you don't give up, and you keep telling yourself things gotta change, things have to change, things will change, they will. They will. Being in a shelter is not the easiest thing in the world. It's like being in jail. And especially if you are in a homeless shelter. Been there. Done that. Trying to figure out, why am I at this shelter? Why am I at that shelter? Why am I back at this shelter? Why am I getting put out of this shelter? Because somebody else decided to hit me. Because they want to act like they big, bag, and tough, some little ignorant heifer. Damn near put my eye out. But I'm still here. I'm still here. I bust my back van window out because I had the lift on the back that broke. And I was closing the van one evening and the lift wasn't closed. And when I went to shut the door, broke the van window out. I had to drive around with that van for about a month. Cold air coming in. I got it fixed. But they didn't clean all the glass from out of the area. So I was still driving around. It's a little cold in my van. At one point, I had to sleep in that van for 6 months. 6 whole months, guys. While I was doing Uber Eats. Had lost my job again from passing out at work, from being stressed on at work. I went through hell, guys. But I'm still here. How? I don't know. Me, if things get too tough, one place for me, I have told myself I will get on the plane and go somewhere else where it's a little easier. And I did. I did. I came when things got too hard for me when I was in Atlanta in 2008 and I had the opportunity to go to Dallas to work with the federal government again. I bought a one-way ticket to Texas, went on the bus, had never been to Texas before. And I got there and I had enough money to stay in a hotel one night. That next morning, I had to hit the ground running. I called 211, got a list of some shelters, and I made my way to a shelter. Finally started working. Everything was okay. I moved here. Same thing. I got here, got off that plane, one-way ticket. From Texas to Las Vegas. Sat down and called 211, found a shelter, made my way from the airport to that shelter. I'm still here, guys. I don't know, but I'm still here and I'm still doing okay. And I thank God. I thank God that I did not give up. I can remember sleeping in my van that wasn't even running because my engine had went out and I had it towed over to my church. And when I lost the office, I was sleeping in the back of my van on the church lot. And I had a key to go into the church where I could go in there and clean up myself, wash up and everything. Until I was just like, I can't continue to do this. Because I couldn't work. Because I was passing out. And my pastor, they gave me, I talked to my pastor. And they bought me a one-way ticket to go to Atlanta. I don't know why I was going to Atlanta. Didn't have any place to stay there. I was going to go to a shelter, but my Christian sister asked me to come to her house. And I was at her house for I guess maybe 3 to 4 months. Wasn't the best situation, but I had a roof over my head. Was sleeping on the floor. She had bed bugs. It was biting the hell out of me. But I made it. I'm here. I'm sleeping in my beautiful king-size bed that I still haven't put my frame on yet. I have a beautiful frame to go to this bed, but I'm not concerned about that frame. Because I'm not sleeping on the floor anymore. I'm not sleeping on the air mattress anymore. I'm sleeping in my king-size bed with my nice, comfortable mattresses. I'm in my beautiful apartment with my beautiful belongings. That didn't ever seem like they were going to ever get out the storage bin. But I'm here. So I want to tell you, do not give up. Do not talk saying things have not changed for you in 20 years and they're not going to. No, you have to say, I don't know what's going on, but things got to change. They got to change. Because I kept saying that. And they did. And they did. Please don't give up. Because I was this close to giving up. I was so close, guys. And I kept saying, I can't do that to my mother. I can't do that to my son. And I didn't know when I was saying I can't do that to my mom. That's what she wanted me to do. My own mother was trying to kill me with witchcraft. And here it was, I was trying to save my life so I didn't put her through hell by committing suicide. So I didn't put my child through hell by committing suicide. I'm still here, guys. And I want you all to hold on also. It's not easy. It's not easy being homeless. It's not. It's one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my life. But I made it. Thank you all for listening. Be blessed.